We have many systems in place that could monitor network traffic from outside to inside and inside to outside, and many types of systems that we've invested money in that can actually take that information and log it. So we had a great way of analyzing logs for historical events. So if there was a cybersecurity event or any other type of security event, we were able to put those logs together, and after many hours of going over those logs, actually figuring out what happened. But we really did not have a way of real time bringing that data together and aggregating it to a point where we could provide that information to actively resolve a cybersecurity incident real time.
The truth is, these systems that you have, they generate a mountain of log data. So unless somebody's sitting there and you have dedicated staff to reviewing the firewall logs and the router logs and the switch logs and the wireless AP logs and other logs coming from systems such as your antivirus applications and whatnot, without a SIM to be able to correlate that mountain of log data and be able to generate alarms that actually are actionable by the Security Operations Center staff, it becomes unmanageable.
With Managed Security Services, we are watching that door. We know that someone there is watching real time who's coming into our network and who's leaving our network. That's key to us, and that answers the problem that we were needing of 24/7 knowing that our network is secure.
So we have a whole team of Security Operations Center analysts and security engineers that are focused on helping you protect your utility and protect our grid as a whole, right? These Security Operations Center analysts, many of them hold professional certifications, things like Security Plus, Alien Vault Certified Security Engineer, and other professional certifications that are specific to this industry. These guys are here 24/7 to complement your IT staff, not to replace your IT staff. We have eyes on the system. You may be sleeping at night or at the kids' ball game on the weekend. You can rest assured knowing that SEDC's Security Operations Center staff have the eyes on the ball.
Another attractive thing with SEDC is this is not some service that's up in the cloud that you think is out there. This is actually a real live place. We're actually able to visit them. We're actually able to see what they're doing. We could see their monitoring systems. We got to meet some of the people within the security center. So it's more than just a cloud. It's a relationship that you have with a company that you already have a relationship with. You feel comfortable with these people because you know that they are the same type people that you deal with on a day-to-day basis with other types of SEDC system needs.
One thing that's sort of unique about SEDC as a managed security services provider is that we have these relationships with the utilities. We've been doing business with you for many, many years. We also have deep understanding of your environments and the systems that it takes to run your electric cooperative or municipality, such as your CIS systems and your AMI systems and your GIS systems and your outage management systems. Because we have a deep knowledge of these systems and how they work with one another, when we see an alarm related to one of those critical systems in your environment, we put extra precaution into making sure that we identify if it's a true positive or false positive type alarm, so we can take the appropriate action.
Once we decided that SEDC was a solution for us, SEDC contacted us and let us know that they needed a network map of our systems. It took our network administrators about a week to identify all the servers required to be monitored, all the connections that we have from the outside, and they took that information and built the system back at the SEDC offices. And after that 1 week of effort that we had of identifying those servers, they came on site, and within 3 days they installed the system, put it into place, had all of our logs flowing through the system. It was amazing how quickly that occurred. It was really, I thought it was going to be a big effort in order for Walton EMC to go down the road of having an outside provider monitoring every single system that we have, but actually it was very painless.
Once we're ready for on-site deployment and we get the security appliance deployed in your environment and we get the span ports configured on your core switches and we get visibility through network intrusion detection, we'll almost immediately start seeing some kind of alarms within the environment, whether it be something like failed login attempts or account lockouts or Dropbox usage. You'd be surprised with one of the biggest things that my utilities have told me is, Greg, one of the biggest benefits to having managed security services is the visibility that we get into our infrastructure.
So in the initial deployment, we did find a number of things that we had no idea was occurring. For instance, we had a couple of host computers talking to BitTorrent sites on the network. Also, another host was talking to some other file sharing server somewhere that was a rogue type of device. So we discovered these internal computers talking to these rogue services out on the internet. We quickly shut those down. People from China and Thailand and Philippines are obviously wanting to gather information from Walton EMC. We saw port scans going on. Very, very disturbingly, we are much bigger than we thought we were. So we took those measures and that we gathered from the port scans, and we've restricted those companies, and we're able to quickly close that back door.
The days of having a firewall and antivirus protection and thinking that we're good are over, right? These days you need to have more powerful tools, things like next generation firewall, security information event management system. A SIEM will actually aggregate all of that data for you and can generate both events and alarms. When an alarm happens within the environment, it gets forwarded back to our security operations center personnel who can analyze the alarm and determine, hey, is it a true positive or false positive type alarm? If it's a true positive, they're going to immediately get engaged with your IT staff.
We would have never found those active port scans going on without some service looking at that real time. Again, we talked about how the logging files, the historical data is great when you're trying to resolve an issue that occurred in the past. But an issue that's occurring live, we would have never seen that without a managed security services running.